Good morning. Welcome to Jano Manenos. Today we are going to discuss and talk about family feud. This thing has been going on and on in all families. Let's say, for example, this person, siblings, you're born together, you share the same blood, and then you grow up together happily. You share birthdays, you celebrate each other in birthdays, graduation, childbirth, weddings, you celebrate each other. And then things start to change when you are in your 20s, when everyone is becoming dependent on their own, when everyone is starting their own families, things start to change. This person who used to bathe in the same basin start becoming your enemy slowly by slowly. And before you know it, you cannot even speak with them. And you can share with your neighbor, but you have nothing to do with your brother or sister blood. I'm not talking even about cousin, blood. And family is the smallest unity of government. If the family is in dispute, just look at the bigger picture. It becomes a country of bitterness, disputes. Everyone is against everyone, and we don't progress. A family that is not in unity does not progress together. You just find one person is making it, the others are not even, they're very poor. And what irritates me a lot is when it comes to things like funeral, these people are the first people to start contributing and creating WhatsApp groups. But when this person was suffering, no one is having an idea. And this money you are giving for funeral, if you could have given this person this money to better their life, maybe they could not have been in this situation, like you're contributing for their death, for their burial. So, what creates this field? Okay, let me be specific. There are some reasons, and these reasons are very valid. Okay, first, when siblings start going out and having their own families now, you're married, you have started your own small families, the concentration goes too much to the new family, your wife, your husband, your kids, and also the other family that you have entered into, your in-laws. So that person is unable to balance his previous family and this family has started. So they are unable to balance. That one, you can actually understand that person and give them time to settle in their marriages. So if you settle in your marriage and into this new family, please don't forget your family. But it is your responsibility to take care of your children. Let somebody not cheat you out of it. There's some people who have cheated people out of it. Like, I take my kids to a very poor school so that I can be feeding my brothers and sisters who are to be, maybe they're grown-ups. But if they were small kids, I could not even be in the hurry to get married in the first place. So you understand? So that is one reason why people start getting disputes when other people start their families. Another thing is jealousy. The people who are jealousy of siblings who are making it. Now you see, like, your elder sister or your younger brother is making it and you're not, you're trying your best. So instead of supporting them, you start to envy them. And in that process, jealousy is created and dispute starts. So you will never find peace between these siblings because just one of them has made it. Another thing is overdependent. If you depend on your siblings too much, they get tired. And the only way they do it is by avoiding you. And since you will not understand, you start finding it that they don't want to associate with you. And that also start to create another dispute. So stop over depending on a person. If you are of age, please try and do something for yourself. Hustle. Don't sit down and start calling at, oh, I'll call my sister and she'll do this and this for me. These people also have their own families or their own issues or their own targets they're trying to develop themselves, and these siblings don't want to understand. Another thing that makes the disputes, the people who are not grateful. These siblings who you keep on doing for them things and they never see it. What they do is just complain. Oh, I asked for 1,000, you gave me 200, my shoe at all. And this person is of age. Even if they're not of age, you're not their parent. You're trying your best. So these ungrateful siblings, they make this dispute to start because this person who is giving becomes tired. So how are we going to solve these disputes? Start appreciating your siblings' effort on you. Start appreciating everything that is done to you by your siblings. Remember, they are not your parents, but they wish the best for you. Second thing, stop looking down at those siblings who have not made it. If you are the firstborn, you have to remain the firstborn of that family. I'm not saying you manipulate people, no. Those young ones, they have to respect you, whether you are poor or rich. Even God knows about the first fruit. So start respecting your firstborns. Let them speak when it is their time to speak. Not because you find in other families, because you have money and maybe you're the last born. You're given the chance to operate everything in the home. Even when people are told to speak, you don't want anyone to speak. It is you who knows a lot because you have money. But remember, that firstborn was born before you. They saw light before you. And they give way for you to be born. Because, wait, for example, if that firstborn, your mother gave birth to them and they died during the birth, the process, the parents died, will you be there? No. But they were born. They did not kill their mothers during childbirth, so that other kids were to be born after them. And then you, because you have money, you want to stand before them and talk as the firstborn. That should not be allowed in families. Let the firstborn speak, whether they have brains or they don't have. Let their respect remain. And you'll be surprised they're next to your parents. Their respect has to be like that. If your parents were not there, they are supposed to be your parents. Whether they have money or they don't have, just listen to them. Give them the respect they deserve. Another thing, another solution to this family dispute, keep contact with your family members. Call them. Just know how they are doing. Don't call them when there is a problem. These people will think you are just calling them because you have an issue. But when you don't have issues, you don't call them. So call them, say hi to them, just know how they are faring. At the end of the day, you understand each and every one of them because they're your siblings. You know each and every one weakness, and you have dealt with it since you are kids. How is it becoming difficult for you to deal with it at your grown-up age stage where you don't even live together? You see? Another solution, let your kids and their kids have a relationship so that this family feud may not go to another generation. Let these people have relationship. Let them have relationship, know who to avoid into what instances, because there are other kids who are extremely spoiled and they are not good influence to your children. But you have a better way to avoid them, but still there's a relationship between these children. Another solution, solve every arising issue before it goes to another height. If you have an issue today, solve it. Because if you keep quiet on it, before you know there's another issue. So they will have piled a heap of issues. And there is where hatred comes in. Everyone hates one another. Even for somebody's marriage, you won't go. You hate one another. And your siblings. You love your neighbor. You love your friends more than your family. That is not good. A family that is together progresses very well. Because if one person is making it, they pull the others up together. And these ones who are being pulled are appreciating the effort of the other person and adding more effort. So you find that the whole family is developing upwards. And their secrets are kept in the families. Their weaknesses are known to themselves. But if there's dispute in the family, you find all your problems are exposed to everyone, because every sibling is sharing with anyone they wish to share with, because they don't share with the family members because they don't feel they deserve to share with them. So your family stories become stories for the whole village. Everyone knows you inside out because of siblings, nothing else.